Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and me, Banshee, and it's me, Banshee, for my weekly Material Matters segment, your tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show. Hey, hope everybody is doing okay. The stock market's been a little bit wonky. I know my investor's been in touch with me, maybe to calm my nerves. So hope everybody is hanging in there and doing as good as can be expected with all the stuff going on in the world economy. There's still supply shortages. I've heard baby formula is very low in places, so hopefully we'll be getting to some normalcy soon. That's what it looks like. All right. Well, as I always do at the beginning of the show, we do a card for the collective. And again, I am using Chris Ann's Sacred Creators Oracle. Let's see what we get today. All right. Ooh. You know the David Bowie song. Chuck, 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 changes. Let's see. We've got number 10, changes. And interestingly enough, to me, that looks like a Wheel of Fortune there. So maybe it applies similarly to the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot. Let's see what it says. Oh, I went right to the page. Must be fate. All right. Your miracle is coming to you through a change that has already begun. Everything is about to shift, and you are at the right place at the right time. As the Wheel of Fortune turns, it brings with it some significant blessings. Aren't you ready to breathe in some positive change? I'm pretty sure you ordered it. You may already find yourself in the midst of this lucky vortex, and if so, you are being gifted an incredible opportunity to reach out and grab your success. Don't be afraid to step into something new and to welcome self-improvement and challenge as you say yes to novel experiences. Is there something you've been wanting to shuffle and upgrade in your life? Your current situation is a little bit too small for your big, badass future? Ooh, I like that. So prepare to amp it up a notch. Get ready to embrace Lady Luck and welcome your future with trust and courage, because fortuitous fortune favors the brave. Have you been hanging out on the cusp of change for a while now? How will you know when the gentle beginnings of change have arrived? What evidence will you see? Name it. What lucky chances have helped you along the way? How could luck, intention, and destiny interact together in your favor? Wow. It's definitely a Wheel of Fortune card here, obviously. And I think that, it's just signaling it's a time of luck. It's a time to trust fate. And also you should know if the timing feels right to go ahead and go for something with a financial goal. Good luck, sacred creators out there. All right. Well, I have to say, The most exciting thing, at least from my perspective, which I admit is rather minimal astrologically, but what I'm seeing in the chart for next week, the most exciting thing about next week is it's President's Day on February 21st. So this reading is going to be good from February 20th through 26th for the elemental signs of the zodiac. The moon will be traveling during this period from Libra into Capricorn. And that's all I've got. It's fourth quarter moons this week, but I mean, not really a lot of bells and whistles on my astrological calendar. All right. So let's rock and roll with the readings here, shall we? Let's start with our friends, the air signs. Let's see what's blowing in the breezes this week. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This reading is for you for the week ahead. All right. Okay, air signs. Let's not panic yet, but your focus for the week ahead starts with the Ten of Swords. My goodness. You know, sometimes the Ten of Swords can smack of a little office politics situation there. Sometimes it can also indicate, you know, somebody that you trusted has let you down or outright betrayed you in some way. And maybe right now, air signs, you are dealing with that focus. You're dealing with some fallout from what you feel is a betrayal, or maybe some underhanded behavior by associates or business partners, perhaps people in the workplace, or maybe some financial advisors that really have not followed through with things the way that they were supposed to. So how best can we prepare for that focus? Okay, well, you know, I think you got to prepare yourself for some bad, possibly financial news, or just some bad news on the work front here. Things may not be going in the right direction. Forewarned is forearmed, of course. So just figure it out. You know, how can you weather this issue here? How can you resolve what happened to you and try to make it right? I think that's going to be a major part of your week here. But let's see what's going on moving forward, air signs. Well, people around you. Okay. So we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. The possibility exists that this may all stem from somebody not following through and doing what they felt they needed to do. Or doing what you felt they needed to do for you. There may have been people who claimed they finished something, completed something for you and did not. They filed papers. You know, maybe there's some issue with that. So it's hard to say exactly what's going on here, but definitely people are involved. We're going to recap this. I just want to see how this outcome is going to come out here. And, well, the good news is this. You have the Lovers at the end of the week. I think the Lovers indicate to me that you know, it looks as though maybe people will be able to write this once more. It's possible, too, that, you know, out of this experience, you've learned a lot about, you know, ethical behavior. You've learned a lot about, you know, how to treat others, and also, you know, how others treat you and how to deal with that. I want to go through the whole thing again. It is a very interesting ending considering what I see here, air signs. So I really want to take these two in context here. The Ten of Swords indicates some kind of a betrayal, or what appears to be that. You just feel very hurt by this situation. But I do want to remind you that the good news is that there's always a light at the end of this. It's almost as if you're starting the week already knowing what this is about. And so you are looking at the dawn starting to break here. You're trying to figure out now how to move forward and how to assess, you know, where to go next with the financial losses or the possible missed opportunities that you got because certain you know, things were not taken care of the way they should. And I really do feel that maybe some people you are working with are to blame, whether it's office politics, whether it's partners not doing their job. Maybe they think they've followed through on everything but forgot key important steps, filing certain papers on time by deadlines, contracts, or proposals. Whatever the case may be, they may have dropped the ball. Ultimately, in the end, I almost feel here that maybe at least people come to agreement with each other, people comes to terms with each other, and they find a way to work this out. You know, maybe it's just a matter of it being a mistake and not a deliberate attack, but be aware that there's something funky going on and other people are involved. Make sure, you know, if you have something important going on that you are relying on others for, make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do. It does not hurt to double check. It does not hurt to ask them for a progress report, but definitely follow up. And maybe things will turn out kind of happy at the end. All right. That's what I have for you, air signs. Good luck with that. Woo! Okay. Well, fire signs. We like it hot, but we don't like it as hot as the air signs have it. So let's hope you're going in a different direction this week. And that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This reading is for you for the week ahead. All right. Okay, your focus for the week ahead. The Queen of Wands is reversed. Well, the Queen of Wands is generally a magnetic personality, somebody charming, somebody who knows how to pull people in to get things done. But this card is reversed, and I feel the Queen is maybe being a little bit too pushy, maybe being a little bit too aggressive. I also think that, you know, so this could indicate to me that, is this you? Are you starting the week off kind of trying to push your agenda on others who may be thinking you're just being a little bit too aggressive in your approach? Does this have to do with some supervisor or some manager who is kind of beating down on you, you know, in some fashion? So you might be dealing with aggressive people this week, and if it's you, try to curb that tendency to be too pushy with others. It doesn't get you anywhere, but it just makes bad feelings for all, and people to not give the best of themselves. That goes for you too. You know, try to hang in there. Remember, if somebody is bullying or pushing you around, you just do the best that you can do, you know. Just be you, just do your best, and then you have nothing to be ashamed of. So how best to prepare for that focus? It's almost exactly like what I just said here, fire signs. And look at that. We do have two fiery cards here, Wands cards. And I kind of think here that this is a call for you to just keep moving. You just keep persevering, you know, but do it, you know, I'm not going to say gently, of course, but do it, you know, without really making others feel intimidated. Just make them instead marvel at the speed and efficiency that you can get things done. Because that's what we fire signs are about, moving fast. And what about people this week? There won't be any cooperation or conflict that I see, but I do feel that people may be a little bit out of touch. They just might be a little out of touch with what is going on around them. You know, you might have to do a little bit to focus them more. And also, I feel that... Let's do that from here. So with this High Priestess reversed, you might have to kind of feed them some ideas and so that they can get back on track. It seems like they're a little bit clueless on how to move forward, and they may need some assistance from somebody else. Their intuition, their knack of just being on top of things, it's not quite there. It's not quite clicking this week. So will there be forward or backward movement for the fire signs, or no movement at all? The Empress is reversed here, and so I would say that is indicating that this might be a low productivity week all the way around. There may not be a lot of output. This may be more a week to try to nurture, your staff or the people that are working for you. Provide them with encouragement, provide them with motivation, and provide them with some words that will make them feel like they matter. We're going to go through this again because I do see a little bit of a story here. So we start off with this Queen of Wands. It's kind of a pushy, aggressive attitude that starts us off with the week. And is it you, or is it the people that you are working with? There's a little bit of aggression. There's a little bit of pushy behavior. And, that's just not the way to get things done. And you don't really have to do it. What you have to do is be like this Knight of Wands. Just keep moving forward yourself and lead by example. Lead by example and show how efficiently you can do the work rather than telling people how to do theirs. That will get you much further. And I think that High Priestess reversed here is also a call to this, that people are just not, they just may not be clicking this week. I think mentally and psychically or intuitively, they're not really getting, they're not getting it. They're not coming up with ideas. If you're having brainstorming sessions, if you want some advice, maybe they're a little short on that this week. So they may need a little bit of encouragement and nurturing by week's end. It seems as though, there's a struggle here to be productive this week. And maybe there just needs to be a little bit of a timeout, a little bit of a slowdown. Hopefully it will not hurt your company or your goals too much, but maybe to try to just give a little bit more time and space to those who are working for you in this week ahead. Well, fire signs, that's what I have for you. It is not the end of the world. Let's see what's going on with our water signs. We don't want to see you washed up this week. All right, and I can't shuffle. Oh my, you know why? I must be thirsty. That's what it is. Dry. It's all that fire and air. It kind of dehydrated me. All right. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This reading is for you for the week ahead. All right. Cheers to you, water signs. Ooh, that raspberry lemonade water is good. Okay. Okay, water signs. Well, your focus for the week ahead. You're just not on top of your game in the business world. We have the King of Wands here. The King of Wands here is reversed, and it seems as though you've lost some of your competitive edge this week. You don't feel that much into trying to fend off the competition. You just don't feel a lot of motivation and drive at the start of this week. So how best can you prepare for this focus? Oh my. Well, how about with the Death card upright? So, this is a time to, this is a time to transform. You're going to have to make some major changes, perhaps. It's possible. We all like change, don't we? No. Most of the time, we don't like change. And so that may be the factor here as to why you're losing your competitive edge and you feel less motivated and lost the drive, because you know major changes are afoot. And maybe your company is doing a reorg. Maybe procedures are being overhauled. Maybe your stockbrokers are insisting on making a major shift in where you are investing your money. It could be some major changes and transformations that have to take place here. That is fueling your feeling of, and so what about others this week? Well, we have the Seven of Pentacles up right here. So that's saying that others this week are really doing their part in, like, maybe they're saying, yeah, let's step back and let's take a look at these things before we shift. Maybe it's time to reassess what progress we've made, what progress we haven't, and see if it's really a major change that's needed or just some minor tweaking. So let's see what the final ultimate outcome is. Well, you've got the sun reversed. You've got the sun reversed, water signs. So by week's end, I feel like you just still feel like there's a lot of doubts or pessimism, and you're just wondering where all of this is ultimately leading you. There's no payout at the end of this week. There's still possibly some ruminating over these changes that maybe need to take place. So let's take a look at this again. You know, you don't seem to be in a leadership mood this week. So if you are a leader, that could be a problem. You definitely are feeling a lack of motivation and drive. You feel as though you're not up to your competitive self. So things may seem a little bit sluggish, and it's looking as though, you know, it might be because you realize that radical changes are necessary. And maybe some of this is already underway. There may be company buyouts, reorganizations. There may be changing staffing. People might be shuffling around to different positions. Your investors might be asking you to make major moves. So you may feel you're just not up to that challenge right now. And others around you are probably taking a look at all of that and saying, well, you know, whether they're your subordinates, your peers, or your advisors, let's really sit down and take some time to work this out, to iron this out, and to analyze exactly what's needed here before we do any, before we move forward. And ultimately, there's some depression or there's some gloom by the end of the week. It just seems as though there's a little bit of pessimism and doubt and worry. Will the sun rise again? And, it's not a guarantee that it won't. It's, to me, just a card of there may be delays. There may be just some major modifications that you're going to need to make. I think it all falls back in a way to that death card, water signs. Oh boy. Hey, good luck with the week ahead. Looks like all of us are, so far, not having a great week. But it's just, I don't see any major losses here. All right. So, hey, earth signs. Are you shaking in your boots right now? Well, we'll hope you have your feet on solid ground in this week ahead. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, this reading is for you. All right. Woo! Your focus for the week ahead. I laugh because I'm really happy it is not an unhappy beginning. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords. Well, you know what? This might be a time where, You know, a lot of communication might be going on. You might be networking with peers, colleagues, business partners, investors, and just checking in, collaborating on something, maybe brainstorming something. Maybe you have some great idea in mind and you want to share it with others and get some input. This is clearly a time for logic, reason, using your thinking skills, and, you know, also your communication skills. You know, the other thing is, if there's anything, if you're in a role like a mediator or an HR person, this may be a time where you might have to mediate a dispute of some sort, or work on some type of employee problems. And how best can you prepare for that focus? Well, funny I should say that last part, eh? Because we have the Three of Cups here, and the Three of Cups is reversed. So how best can you prepare for that focus? Well, maybe it's about using your diplomacy and your speaking skills to iron out some differences between people. Maybe just iron out some differences that you are having with others, you know. Be diplomatic, be fair, be open, and use not just your speaking skills, but your listening skills as well to try to make people feel better about things. The Three of Cups is about, you know, disharmony amongst, you know, the people around you, the people that you're working with, your friends, you know, in interpersonal relationships, etc. So when we think about that in the workplace, you can see maybe how that will apply to your particular situation. So what about people this week? Will people be cooperative? This is an interesting card here. It's the Four of Pentacles reversed. And I get the feeling here that people may be willing to compromise. People may be willing to let go a little bit. They may be, you know, and also if you're looking for somebody who might be willing to lend you some money or some financial support, I think they might be willing to do that this week. They may realize that, you know, there will be positive benefits by making that move. So it's interesting here. These all do seem to fit together quite nicely. I think that if it is a conflict that you are resolving, people may be willing to let go of their, their rock solid positions, you know, and say, well, maybe I can agree to compromise. So will there be forward or backward movement, or no movement at all for you in the week ahead? Well, you've got the Fool reversed. So no forward. Well, what I would say here is don't take any unnecessary risks. Don't take any unnecessary gambles. Do what you have to do to fix things this week and look forward to progress in the weeks ahead. I feel like this is maybe a week more to lay low and work on maybe some internal issues that are going on with the people that you are associated with in your business material realm. So let's take a look at this again. Earth signs. Geez, I'm losing my track here. So the Page of Swords upright is indicating that this is a time to listen. This is a time to use your speaking skills and be diplomatic, be fair, and share some ideas with others. You may have some good ideas that you're willing to share, but unfortunately, you know, there seems to be some conflicts or disputes right now. It's possible that people don't like the direction you want to go in. It's also possible that you might be in a position where you are resolving disputes between others around you right now. There's definitely some conflict here, and I think one of the people who is best suited to handle this in the tarot would be the Page of Swords. The Four of Pentacles indicates to me that it might work because there are people here that are willing to give, that are willing to break the logjam and work towards compromise and agreement on things. So, you know, if you're wanting to sign for a loan, or you're putting a proposal out there or something like that, people might be willing to let go of any roadblocks or things in the way and say, yes, you get the loan. Yes, we accept your proposal. Yes, we will now work together and let this conflict go. But ultimately, by week's end, because this is going to be taking up, I think, a lot of your space this week, this is not a time to take any risks or gambles. Just lay low, get through this process here, and, you know, we'll see what happens next week. Earth signs. Whoa, okay. Well, that's what I have for you. And hey, everybody, if you haven't done it yet, check out our monthly modality message that we just dropped last week. It comes out whenever the sun turns into a new sign. The sun went into Pisces last week, so happy birthday to our Pisces friends. But check it out. It's our reading for the modalities of the Zodiac, and we have a new improved way of doing it. So be sure to check that out on our YouTube channel. It's available there now. And don't forget Mr. O shows every week his Goth Tarot at his usual time, which he will post on screen. I am done trying to figure out the times, but it is Wednesday mornings. So it will give you insight onto the shadow side of life. Don't forget his emotional exchanges every Friday so you can find out what's happening in the love area of your life. And finally, happy hour is here every week for you. If you're feeling down in the dumps, you're feeling blue, come join us on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., a live show where we'll draw a single card, a positive message from Spirit for you. So, hey, thanks everybody for joining us. Wishing you a great, prosperous week ahead. The tarot's only a snapshot in time. You control your own destiny, and I'm wishing you a better week than some of the cards gave us this time. Good luck, have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.